What's going on, everybody? It's CryptoVision here, back again with another crypto market deep dive. I hope you're having a great day. We're going to be checking out JASMY. So my JASMY gang, hit that like button, subscribe for more. We're going to be checking out the monthly, the weekly, the daily, the hourly. We're going to be checking out multiple time frames. As always, I thank you for your time. I thank you for stopping by, and most importantly, I thank you for your support. Without further ado, let's get into it. So we got JASMY here on the monthly chart. I know you see what I see. I know you do it. I'm the blind man of the group. Okay, we got a green dot right here on the monthly chart. It can fade away, right? It's not a close. It's not this has to be here through May. So May 1st it still has to be here, so they can fade away. But the idea here is that there's something triggering this green dot. There's something bullish going on, okay? At the lows after multiple months of downside correction, after this big old M pattern coming down through. And what are we doing now? We're doing something like this now. All right. What are we doing now? We're doing something like this now. All right. We're doing something like this now. I think happy days are ahead of us. As always, I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. All these levels are my ideas. They are, they could be completely wrong. All right. So make sure you do your own research. Make sure that you have a plan and make sure that you stick to a plan. Okay. So we got a green dot on the monthly chart. The RSI, we have bullish divergence on the monthly chart. Okay, you got lower lows, you got higher lows. Okay, that's great. That's great news. That's great news. The Fu Manchu, I'm not gonna count the Fu Manchu because it's not complete. So that would be a little bit misleading, right, from my end. So I'm not going to do that. So we're just going to use that bullish divergence from the RSI, which is great. You got the cooling momentum of the MACD. The MACD, I never use the MACD as a forward-looking chart. I look at it more as like a confirmation chart. The idea that a move has happened. Okay, what now is the MACD is showing? Okay, kind of momentum. Okay, it's just the momentum of something. But this is my main go-to RSI and just price action. You know what we do. You know how we do on the channel. Okay, so monthly looks good. We got that M pattern. We've been talking about that M pattern for so dang long, almost out of breath talking about it. Okay, let's get these levels on here. Okay, we got some key levels on here. Matter of fact, I don't even need them right now. I don't need them right now. We're gonna be mainly talking about the idea of the pattern, right? The pattern, the idea of the pattern that we've been tracking and going through. Okay, so JASMY, you had this impulse right here. I just think it was part of a correction, right? Nothing prolonged, no continuation. So to me, part of a correction. Okay, so you had this correction. You've come down. Realistically, we've been. I mean, you could say it from here, from February 2nd. We've been in the same range, just going sideways. Okay, we've been just going sideways since February 2nd. Okay, so for 2 months, nothing going on. Nothing going on. We have a decision point coming up by next week, right? So I just covered DGen. DGen has a decision around the 20th to the 24th of April, right? The week of the 20th. So it can be from the 20th to the 27th. This is this week. So from, could it move a little bit over? Yes or no? Could it just keep going sideways? Yes or no? We're going to have to adjust. Time is the most difficult thing to predict. That's why I try to stick to, okay, we have an idea of a move that can come in this time period. If it doesn't happen, okay, we got to reassess. So from what I'm looking at, from what I'm thinking, we have a move that is going to come either to the downside or to the upside. Either to the downside or to the upside. Okay. We are below the monthly open, which is fine. It's only the 2nd of April. I'd rather kind of be below the monthly open, take out some liquidity. Right now, you got a liquidity pool right here at 645, and you got one down here at 450. I would rather take this out and then come up through here and then not stop, right? And then not stop. I don't want to come up here and then do this, because then you're going down. That pressure to the downside is going to be immense. So come down here, take that out, get your rocket fuel, go on and get out of here, okay? And that would coincide with what I'm talking about with gold and silver, which I do believe that they're in a B wave right now. I feel like after that they're gonna correct. Okay, they're still in a corrective phase. Okay, you did have a red dot here on the weekly chart. Not great, not great, but is it the end of the world? No, you kind of just have gone sideways. Okay, RSI, you're down below the RSI. It's an interesting RSI. It's like you're surfing right here. It's like you keep pumping up, pumping up, pumping up. Are you gonna go for the aerial and get some air? Or are you gonna actually just catch an edge and just get you know obliterated by the wave? So right now it's kind of playing around in the RSI level. The MACD, it's not really showing anything. I don't really like when the MACD does this. I've mentioned it multiple times. I don't like when it does this, when it's kind of just going sideways and fluttering. But as always, the MACD, especially on like the monthly time frame, 2 week, 3 week time frame, it's hard to actually predict anything with the MACD. It's a lagging indicator. It just shows, the current momentum, right? Or sorry, the previous momentum and whether or not that momentum will continue. Okay. So we got that red dot. I did want to check out. Yeah, you had green dots everywhere else. Green dot 10-day bullish divergence from December 17th, 2025 all the way to March 2nd, 2026. Months, 3 months. 3 months of bullish divergence on the 10-day chart. Um yeah, broke down on the RSI, okay? Again, looking for a move coming, in the next week and a half, something like that. Okay, next 8 days, 8 hours. Okay, let's go into the daily chart. Go into the daily chart, and I can pull up some levels after this, but we can kind of see what the overall what's going on. Okay, you've taken out some. Actually, you haven't taken out. You've left a bunch of liquidity up here, and this hasn't been taken at all. So this got taken. So the only band of liquidity is down through here. That's the only band. So that lets me kind of think that we're going to break down through here once again, scare everybody, then come up and then start to go. That's what I think. I do think we're going to go take out some lows and then we can start moving and grooving. At least on the daily chart, we have this incredible pattern that's so much bigger than what had happened previously. Okay? This has been a long dragged out leg, right? Long dragged out leg. Okay, we had the idea over here multiple times. It's almost identical, right? It really is. It really is. We're gonna talk about this. Right here, okay? And it's at such a larger scale. Look at that. Look at that. That's insane. That's insane. Okay, it really is. But you have this idea where, and you even came up through here. Oh, 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 O'Reilly. Automo parts. Okay, so we got you got, sorry about that. We got this right through here. I don't know about you, but that looks very similar, right? You got this impulse, you got that impulse. You got that deep correction, you got that deep correction. You got another impulse, you got another impulse. You came down, you went back up, you went back up. Okay, then what'd you do? You took out all your lows, right? You took out all your lows down through here. What'd you do? You took out all your lows. Okay, so let's get rid of the squigglies because we know those can get crazy on my channel. I'm a squiggly dude. Okay, you took out all your lows. What'd you do? You pumped. What'd you do? You pumped. And then what'd you do? You took out your lows. And what'd you do? You took out your lows. And then after that, what did you do? What did you do after you took out your lows? You came down through here. You kind of squiggled around. And at the very last second, what'd you do? You back tested those lows. You took out the lows. Okay, you took out the low. You took out this liquidity. And then you went up. And then you went up, and it's almost identical. Okay, it's almost identical. So if we really think about what's going on right here and what we can decipher, right? We need something like this. This is the idea, right? And then we got to make it to scale, because look, I'm no rocket scientist, but that looks a lot bigger in scale than what we got going on. Something like this. Doesn't have to be the exact size, but I just kind of want to get a representation of something that is somewhat similar, right? Is somewhat similar. Okay, something like this. Okay, something like this. It's not identical, but it's the same idea, right? It's the same idea. I'll bring this down here like this. I'll just bring this down like this, something like that. Okay, so what did we do, right? What did we do? We came up, we ran up. This is not to scale, right? This is not to scale. You came up, you didn't take out the high. So maybe you come up to like 1.8. Maybe you come up through here like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You come up to like 1.6, 1.7, 1.8, and then you flag out. Then you flag out. And then you go. And then you go. That's the idea. That's the idea I've had for a very long time. It's so much bigger. You know, if this thing really plays out the way that I think it's going to play out, if realistically, just the first move, just this move right here, this is what we got. Just this move takes you up to 7.5 to 8 cents, right? That's not even including this move, which is even higher. Okay, so that's why I'm very bullish on JASMY at the lows. I'm buying at the lows. It's hard to believe, but I am. It's hard to do, right? It's kind of hard to do, you know, having the confidence to do that, but this is my plan. These are my levels. This is what I'm doing. If you're interested in the key levels, what I'm doing, I run a Profit Lab series for crypto, traditional stocks, precious metals. I do that on Fridays. Through the Patreon, I do instant chart updates. So if you have an asset, CryptoVision, can you look at this for me? I go through, I'll print out all the key levels, print out everything, snapshot that. It's in Discord for the premium members. You have access to it, and you can just reference it, right? You don't have to go walk through a video and do all that stuff. So as always, I thank you for your time. I thank you for stopping by. If you're interested in the free Discord, it'll be linked in the description. The Patreon is linked in the description as well. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for your support. Take it easy. Peace.